Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, my dear students. How are you? I think all of you are well. By the mercy of Almighty Allah, I am also well. Dear students, most welcome to online classes of Rangamati Government High School of class 10 of English first paper. Dear students, in our last classes, we have taken classes on dialogue writing, how to write dialogue in your exam or in your practice kata. We have taken at least 4 classes on dialogue, and I think all of you have performed well in writing dialogue. Dear students, today we shall try to make you understand how to write a letter in your exam. Dear students, you will be asked in exam either writing an informal letter or writing an email. Both these two you will be asked to write any one, and in your question paper there will be mentioned only one question, not both the two, email and letter. You will be asked only one from these two, and you have to write that in your exam paper. Marks is 10. Dear students, here is 6 parts for writing an informal letter, and you have to maintain, you have to write all these 6 points in your exam paper or practice khata. So dear students, please follow the board. Here is the question. I have written the question here shortly, as there is small space in this board, so I think you will understand. In your question paper you will find the name of you, the name of the recipient, and the place where you live, also the place where your recipient is live, and then at last of the question it will be mentioned a letter to younger brother telling him the importance of physical exercise. I have written here shortly, but you will find it in your exam paper brief, in your exam paper elaborately. So at first I am going through the letters, and then I shall discuss the 6th part of a letter. So here is Longla, it's a name of a place, and you may write here Longla, and after Longla you may write here Montri Bazar. Montri Bazar, this district. Then you have to mention the writing date and year, and that is 10 October 2020. You will mention this date when you shall write this letter of the day. Then, dear Mahi, your letter of 8th October is to hand. I come to know that you are not interested in physical exercise. It's not good at all, because physical exercise has a great value. It helps us keep our body and mind fit for work. Then you should write some other sentences here, and your dialogue may exceed 1 page, it is not problem, and you have to write here some more other importance of physical exercise. As I told, there is this small space, so I failed to write all the importance of physical exercise. You will write it in your khata. Then I hope that you will realize the importance of physical exercise. No more today. Best wishes to you, your brother Kajol, and at last Joanne Ingela. Dear students, this is the answer sample of our today's letters question. Now I am telling you about the 6th part of a letter. At first, it is heading where you shall write the name of the place and district which is mentioned in your question paper. Then the writing date and year, both these two, place and date, is called heading. So at first you have to give a heading of your letter according to the question's indication. Then dear Mahi, it is called, only this part is called salutation or greeting. You have to salute, you have to give a salutation or greeting to whom you are writing this letter. That may be to your father, to your mother, to your friend, and that is called salutation. So this is second part of your letter, salutation. Then third part of your letter, from your, I mean dear Mahi, after dear Mahi to the finishing line of the letter is called the body of the letter. You have to mention, you have to mark, you have to write this part. This is the main thing of the letter, where you are mentioning the main thing of the letter. So this is part number 3, heading, salutation, body. Then your brother, or you, if you mention it another according to the question, only this part, your brother, this is called subscription, and it is the fourth part of the letter. Then you have to mention your name, and mentioning your name or signature is called the fifth part of the letter, and that is called signature. And at last you have to draw an envelope. It is called superscription. So this is the sixth part of your letter, but in your exam paper you may not draw an envelope. It is not mandatory. If you write, will be correct. If you not write, that will be correct. So dear students, I have mentioned here sixth part of the letter. I think all of you have understood well. Once again, I am telling about the sixth part of the letter. At first you have to mention place and dates. This place you have to take from your question, and it will mention in your question paper, and from that you have to write the place. Here we have mentioned Longla Muli Bazar. That means you have to mention the fixed place where he lives, and after that or besides it you have to mention the district. Then you have to mention date. It will be easy for you to mention the date, when or which day you are writing this letter. You have to mention that date, and after that date you have to write the year, and it is called the heading of the letter. Then you have to mention to whom you are going to write this letter. That may be to your brother, maybe to your sister, maybe to your friend, maybe to your father or mother, and whatever you write, that will be dear. And then name. This name you have to take from your question. You need not to write. You are not able to write different or another name which is not mentioned in your question. You must write that names which is written in your letter. And dear students, then it is the second part, dear Mahi. Then after salutation to finishing line of the letter is called the body. It is the main parts of a letter, and where the writers mention the main thing of the letter. And then your brother or your sister or your son, it is called subscription. You have to mention it must, and it is the fourth part of a letter. Then dear students, you have to write you have to mention your name, and this is not actually your name. This name you have to take from the question of the letter, and you will find that name in your question, and that is called signature. And at last there is draw and envelope. It is called superscription. This is not mandatory for writing in your exam khata or in your practice khata. If you write it, that will do. If you not write that, also that will do. It is not mandatory. So dear students, I think all of you have understood how to write a letter in a informal letter in your practice or in your exam khata. So dear students, you have to practice now. You are getting at least 7 days after this class. So I am giving you homework, at least 7 letter you have to practice at your home, and from that you will understand and you will able to write an informal letter correctly. So dear students, be smart, stay home, if need go outside, but take the necessary health hygiene and health protection. So thank you for watching our today's class. Thank you all.